Hello, my fellow gods and goddesses out there in the ether. Welcome back to the Ambrosia podcast. I am Dahlia, and yeah, let's address the elephant in the room. all that uploading twice a week. What happened? What happened? Um, I was in a funk, and today I was like, okay, so I don't even know if okay. Should I explain or should I not? Should I just move in silence? What should I do? Something about I was so chill before this camera came on, and now that it's come on, I don't know, y'all. It's like a bit of a nervous energy. Okay, so my funk today I'm medicated too. Hey, hot girl medicated. That's a joke. If my mother asks, it's a joke. Okay. All right. Keep that in. Why not? So I've been in a bit of a funk and I've been taking some time, sitting back and trying to review what's been going on with me because maybe it's like I'm in my you know that cycle of your period where you kind of like maybe that I'm in that way. Maybe I was in that phase, maybe, but as y'all know, there's always a little spiritual tea involved. And what I've been kind of observing, because I personally don't watch the news. So maybe y'all out there, fellow gods and goddesses, maybe y'all watch the news. I don't. I particularly don't feel the need to. And sometimes I need to lock in because there's been a lot of meanderings. I've been seeing a lot of ice activity. I thought ice was just for a bev. I thought ice was just for a little margarita, but nah, like they giving it to y'all all ice, no bev. Oh, that's a bar. Talking about bevs, I do have my little tea, because like I'm a fine girl. Like, what do you want from me? Stop. I'm a fine girl. No, honestly, real business is that one, I'm kind of going off the cuff today because I really just wanted to reconnect with y'all. Um, damn, I've been eating. I've been eating a lot, which I don't have a habit of eating like a lot. I usually eat once a day. And then I noticed I've been eating twice a day and it's making me full and I feel like a ball. Maybe it's the food that I'm consuming in the country that I inhabit that's making me feel that way. But dead on everything, I would much rather just drink coffee and eat fruit and go back to my alkaline state because to tell y'all the truth, today when I woke up this morning is the first time in a couple of weeks that I felt like Dahlia again. And maybe y'all can relate to that. Kind of feeling off. I'm like, what is going on in the cosmos? And what triggered the filming of this episode is my aunt, having a little chat with my aunt, because we have such I love our conversation. My aunt out there, you know who you are. I love you. I love our conversations because they're so candid. They're so real. You know what I mean? It's two souls trying to make sense of what exactly is occurring around them. So it's a very neurodivergent conversation. If you want to sneak baby, we don't love it. That's what it is. So with that in mind, my state, it could, there's nothing happens in a vacuum, right? So there's multiple factors. And humanity being this microcosm of the macrocosm that is the cosmos, I'm just like, if I'm feeling like this right now, how many other human beings are feeling like this? That funk, that like Like it's tension with a little bit of like the unknown, you know what I mean? Like being up in the air, mixed in with like a little sprinkling of like anxiety and fear. Ooh. Hey, courtesy of the socio political economic state of the planet. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, this is just such a minuscule piece of such a big of the big cosmic picture that I have a couple theories on. Because am I gonna keep going with that bit? Nah. Because I'm actually like I'm trying to spit some shit. I'm trying to do something. But in I have a couple of theories on the happenings of the cosmos. And I want to talk to some of my the people who are part of my very spiritual family about it. I love chatting with them about it because it's like it's just another avenue of like interacting authentically with other souls. I love it. It gets me bricked. It really gets me bricked. I There's no other substance that hits like authentic connection with another soul. It could be an animal, but when it hits, it could be a tree. But when it hits, it hits. Let me tell you. No drug like it. Quote me on it. But per the conversation with my aunt, we were talking about, socio-political state, which she knows more of because I I told you, I'm not locked in with the news. And I've been some thoughts have been turning. What is going on in the cosmos? What's going on in the cosmos? I don't know, but I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe there is perhaps this cosmic shift of awareness. And that's not coming from, I mean, it's coming from the collective consciousness. I am, you know, the people, I am everyone and everyone is me. So it has dawned upon me that obviously we've been talking this for a while, like spiritual warfare and all that, but really deeping what that means. Because I feel like people just be saying things and not knowing what it means. You know what I mean? Me included. I like to use slang that I don't understand and like use it the wrong way. Um, for example, bopper, but we're not gonna get into that. But I thought a bopper was a silly goose. I don't think it was. But there's this cosmic shift of consciousness. And all the tension is just like, when you pull a band, right? And like a rubber band, and like you kind of get surprised at how far it can go until it breaks. That's kind of where we're at right now. We're like stretching the band and we're very stretched. We're very stretched, but are we ready to break? Are we ready to snap? Not that I'm inciting mass. I'm not sure what the word for that is, but I'm it feels like there's a reason for the pressure cooker. And I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't know. I have so many theories bobbing around in my head, but not one that predominantly stands out in my mind. So if you do have a actual clue what's going on out here, drop it in the comment section, like or subscribe. Really, it's whatever. But I would appreciate that. That'd be really hot of you if you did that. Anywho's moving on promptly. I just want to pop in and say that. that we're getting back to it. Don't worry about it. But I just want to tell y'all I'm just as confused as y'all. You're not alone out there. You feeling like, yeah, it's all right. Me too. What are you going to do? What am I going to do? I'm just going to let it swallow me whole. That's what I'm going to do. And that's kind of what I've been doing, is that fully radically accepting whatever is coming my way. And like, it's not like, toss it up and be like, but it's just like, they are other forces that are at play. It's like an ocean. The ocean isn't just the top of it. There's also the undercurrents. And per the conversation with my aunt, I was like, we were having the same conversation. I was like, what do you do? And came to the same conclusion. just be, you know what I mean? Just like accepting internally accepting the circumstances, because everyone has different circumstances and stuff like that. And that could be coming from my own relationship with force. I don't believe in forcing things. I really don't. And maybe that's coming from my, side of the aisle of being a woman, because in the divine feminine, you're not really forcing nothing. You know what I mean? Like, the most you have to do is really lift a finger when you're in it, when you're in that frequency. Frequency is everything. But when you're in that frequency, you don't have to do much. I've integrated my masculine self pretty well, because I was looking very hairy there for a couple of years, for a solid couple of years. And so I'm not sure how the divine masculine out there is doing, but maybe they're not doing anything. Maybe they're doing nothing. Maybe they're just equally as scared. But there's a certain comfort in dread. Ooh, is that a bar? Because when you're dreading something, right? When you're dreading uploading and being your authentic self on the internet, oh my God, who said that? When this dread is like an arrow, like when a compass points you in a certain direction. And the things that you fear the most of doing, you should do, right? If it's maybe there's someone in your life that you don't like, you know what I mean? Being like, I don't, when you have that inkling of like, oh, should I cut this person off? Should I like dust them, leave them in dust, disappear? You can ghost, you can not ghost, really do whatever you want. I could care less, but still love you, but do what's best for you. And I'm noticing that a lot, that everyone's just doing what's best for them, and maybe not fully appraising what exactly they need, right? Like, you can say, I want this, but human beings are very poor at knowing exactly what they actually want. Like, that. Unless you're not human and you're watching this, which, all right, cool. Humans have a poor ability to understand, like, oh, like, you think you want something, but you don't really want it, because once you get it, you shoo it away, you run away. Ooh, that's a schnerf in it. That's kind of the point. That dread, that fear is exactly what you should let swallow you whole. And a lot of people are like, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if that happens? Probably. It might, or it might not. What are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? There's this like grind, get out there, exert force into the world. Like, look at the world. It's a bunch of scared people right now moving not laterally to fear, but running away from their fear, right? Maybe they're fearing of losing their position, losing their job, scared to voice their opinion. Cool. Everyone feels that way. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of feel that way. I do. Let me be honest with myself. I do, about being so honest out there. The world is the wild. You know what I mean? And I kind of just gotta be like, this is what I want to do. This is really what breathes life into me. You know what I mean? Like, it will it will always fill my cup. It will always fill my cup. Yeah, will always fill my cup. But not but that's a period right there. But going to the point of they are people, there's everyone's scared, and there's too many people who aren't willing to admit that. And there's too many people who aren't willing to embrace what could possibly, what reprieve could possibly come from being swallowed whole by your fear. I say that because I genuinely look around. Y'all, if y'all don't know, I've filmed so many DALYA and Dune episodes that I'm just gonna keep in the archives, because the way I'm fanned out about Dune is too, it's literal biblical glaze. So if you find me referencing Dune a lot, is because there, other than myself, there's no other thing that quite fascinates me and interests me as much as the Dune universe. Is this what it means to be a super fan? Maybe. Am I fanatic? I don't know. I might be. I don't know. Not Dune the movie, like Dune the book. Like, read the books. Read the books. Like, get an audiobook if you can't read. I'm not laughing at illiteracy rates in the United States, but there are audiobooks out there. So I'm trying to be sensitive. Sometimes I see why I can come off like I love that I can come off as a bitch. Like, nothing hits as hard as when you're just like, oh wow, like, yeah, 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 I can see how that came off. And just being like, I accept that. Why not? I love that. I really do love that about myself. Going back to the fear. Hey, guy. Wow. Okay. Trying to keep it short today. Trying to keep it short and sweet for y'all, because y'all know I can jabber and yabber. But in Dune, and this is tying into the whole embracing your fear bit, there is a litany against fear that I'm sure, if you've seen any of the movies, you've kind of heard about it. It's like, I must not fear. Fear is a mind killer. Just Google it. It's a very powerful litany. It's a very powerful prayer, because your mind is practically, the projector of the reality that you perceive, right? So if you're quite paranoid and anxious, you find that you can find paranoia and anxiety and fear everywhere, right? You can make an enemy out of nothing, out of a neutral stimuli. Oh my God, the degree has gotten in my head. Wow, all those years of education, in the subconscious, in the catacombs. No, I love, I love learning. Like, I love it. But there is a certain frequency that acceptance creates, right, in the human mind. when you've accepted what what projection you're seeing, right? Thinking of your brain as a projector through your eyes, not scientific. But if you think about it that way, then you tend to realize that the very, and then you accept your projection, right? So we're there. Okay. Clearly not medicated. You're looking at that projection and you're like, I'm accepting that. What are we going to do? This perfume right here, this perfume is, to me, it looks blue. Obviously, it's gold. But if I believe that this perfume is blue, little flowers on it, but it's blue, then you saturate your mind with that by repetition. You repeat it. You're like, that's blue. That's blue. Like how you talk to yourself. When you say all the negative things that you think about yourself. First of all, your thoughts are not your own, but that's a whole other video. And you look at it and you're just like, that's blue. You're going to wake up one day and this is going to actually look blue to you. That's how strong your mind is. You know what I mean? So obviously it's gold. But then when you accept that your perception, your very real perception that it's blue, then you wake up one day and you're like, oh, I didn't notice that I was gold. You know what I mean? That the projection kind of falls away because it is not feeding off of your reaction. Something that I've said to myself, but I'm quite literally do not think it's an original thought. I don't think original thoughts exist. But attention is the currency of the universe. Whatever you pay attention to, even your own thoughts, that will project into your reality. And hence, why I don't consume media that like I don't consume the news. I don't really do all that. This will never be a political podcast, like nothing like that. Like it's just like I can see it and I can accept it and not react to it. They is this constant pump of information and minds consuming it and not being able to discern which, like obviously thoughts are never yours, but which patterns of thinking are actually self-manifested or consumed and dropped into their eyes like eye drops. So that's probably why you should be careful to whatever you want to be into. Like I really don't care. I really don't. Even the people in my life, whatever they're into, I can engage in colorful debate and leave it right there because I'm just there for the banter. But then you have to think that's what that is happening on a global scale, is that people are being farmed for their reaction, your engagement, your attention, and y'all are giving it for free 99. How does that make sense? That precious divine attention of y'all gods and goddesses out there, y'all giving out for free 99. Wallahi. Do whatever you want, though. Do whatever you want. I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Cause you know what? I don't want this to be too long. I just wanted it to be I'm back. I'm alive. Twice a week. Twice a week. Okay, I'm gonna twice a week. Twice a week. Y'all gonna see my face twice a week. Promise you that. Now that I've promised it, I gotta do it because my word is power. And yeah, I love all. I love all. I think that's gonna be my ending. you all, us all. I love all. I love you. Ah, feels good to say. We need more of that. More people saying I love you. Love ya. Bye. Y'all gonna miss me? Y'all gonna miss me? Come back. Or else.